Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. So today's video is going to be our final Fall Food Friday video with, this is a collab with Moss Family TV. This will be the fourth one and the last one, which is kind of sad. I feel like it flew by so fast. But in the past few videos, I have been doing a meal video, like our dinner recipe, and then also a dessert recipe. But today, I'm not going to do this... 5 seconds in and I'm already tongue-tied. Today, I'm not going to do a dessert because we have just had a lot of sugary dessert type foods the past month or so, and I never hardly ever make dessert. During the colder months, I do bake more, but I don't eat a lot of desserts, so I'm kind of not wanting to get too burnt out on everything because we are coming up on Thanksgiving and then Christmas baking and things like that. So I'm just going to do a dinner recipe, and actually this one is one that I haven't made in a while. I kind of forgot about it, but it used to be like a huge staple in our house. A lot of people call them chicken roll-ups, but I've always called them chicken bombs. We have heard them called many names actually, but it is a super easy recipe, and I would say it's picky eater approved because my husband's a picky eater, and like I could see a kid eating this, you know. So if you've got picky toddlers, this might be something they would like. And it's also something that's versatile, so like you could change your meat out, you could change your toppings, your fillings, anything like that. But so that's what we're gonna have today. And then I thought I would just go ahead and mention, although this is the last video of the open collab, I plan to continue the Fall Food Friday thing. This was started by Moss Family, but I plan to continue that on my channel. So for the month of October, I think that would be like 3 more Fridays, 2 or 3 more Fridays. Anyways, I plan to continue that on my channel. So I want to continue to have a recipe vlog up every Friday until November. And then when November rolls around, then I will start my, of course, Thanksgiving cooking. And then it'll be close to Christmas baking and decorating and things like that. So the month of November and the month of December is going to be full of a lot of things. But I thought for October, I would just continue this little thing. I like to see other people posting recipes and things like that, so that's just something that I'm going to keep doing on my channel. So if you have enjoyed these recipes and you would like to see more, you can stay tuned because I will continue to have one every Friday through the month of October. And then after that, I will be having several festive recipes, holiday cooking related recipes, and then just everyday cooking. But for the month of October, we are going to keep doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and get all my ingredients gathered together and get them set out on my counter and get to cooking. So as you can see, there's not a lot of ingredients for this recipe. It's very easy. It's something super quick that you can throw together with what you have on hand. I'm going to be using a block of cream cheese. This is, I believe it's an 8-ounce block, but I had used just a little corner of it here on a bagel the other day, so it's a little bit less than a block, but nothing has to be exact. This comes out perfect every time, and I honestly never even measure anything like the cream cheese or anything, and it still comes out really good. And then I'm going to use probably like 2 or 3 tablespoons of butter or so. I'm not going to measure it, but, and then I'm also going to use a little bit of milk. Again, this is just going to be like a splash here and there, which I'll explain as we get on in the recipe. But we use 2% milk. You could use any kind of milk. And then I have some Colby Jack cheese I'm going to use. We have used any type of cheese with this, but this just happens to be what we have. And then I thought I had 2 cans of the crescent dough, or the crescent rolls. And I actually have a crescent roll and then a crescent dough sheet. So the crescent roll is normally what we use, and I just kind of like roll them. So if you use the dough sheet, you're going to just kind of like cut the shape of a crescent, if that makes sense. But it doesn't have to be exact, which you will see later on when I actually make these. And then I have a can of Great Value cream of chicken soup. I think this is a 10-ounce can. This is going to go on top. And then some ground black pepper, onion powder. I normally would actually use diced sauteed onion, but I'm kind of in a hurry today, so this is what I'm going to use, but I'm not going to put it in the pan that I'm making for a family member. And then I have some dill. I love the flavor of dill in a lot of recipes. And then I'm using some garlic powder instead of fresh garlic, but you can use whichever. And then this is about approximately maybe a cup and a half of some cooked shredded chicken from my bag that I normally keep in the freezer. And you could use rotisserie chicken. That is what we've used in the past. And honestly, of course, I had to drop something there. Always a blooper, but I was trying to let y'all see about how much it is. But rotisserie chicken actually does taste better to us. So this is just what we happen to have at the time. So starting off, I'm just going to open my cream cheese up and get it in a bowl and put it in the microwave. You don't want this super melty or it will dissolve your shredded cheese and everything. You just want this warm enough that it's easy to whip together with a whisk, or I'm going to be using my hand mixer because it's a lot easier. And then I'm going to cut approximately maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter and then just put it right on top of the cream cheese before I stick it in the microwave. The butter just gives it a little bit of a better flavor, and it helps the cream cheese mix better. It just kind of makes it a little more, I almost said durable, a little creamier. I hate that word, but... And then I'm going to heat in the microwave. I think I ended up heating it about 1 minute or just until it looks softened enough that it's going to mix well. So I have my chicken in the bowl already, and then I'm just going to pour the cream cheese and butter mixture straight into the bowl with the chicken. So I'm just going to use my mixer and kind of lightly mix this on low, because almost as soon as you use this, your chicken is going to disintegrate. So that is another thing that I did forget to mention. This works better if you use large chunks of chicken, because then it doesn't shred up super fine if you're not wanting it like that. If you want it like this, it's fine, but a lot of people do like there to be like a larger piece of chicken. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some shredded Colby Jack shredded Colby Jack chicken, shredded Colby Jack cheese. And I'm not going to measure this. We love cheese in our house, but I would say probably like 3/4 of a cup to a cup is good for the amount that I have. And then I have a half a tablespoon measuring spoon that I grabbed just in case anybody kind of wanted like a visual of how much I'm using of these seasonings. So I'm starting off with half a tablespoon of garlic powder. And then I'm going to also use half a tablespoon of dill. If you don't really like the taste of dill, you don't have to add this, or you can add less, because this is kind of a lot. It's just I really like the taste of it in this recipe. And now I'm just going to add some ground black pepper. I'm not going to measure this because I'm just going to go by sight, and I'm also going to taste this mixture before I actually stuff the crescents with it, just to make sure it doesn't need anything else. And then go ahead and mix that back up together. But again, this doesn't take a lot of mixing. I literally done maybe 10 seconds. And then once you've mixed it together, just fold all your ingredients towards the middle of your bowl to make sure that you have everything incorporated well. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a splash of milk. I don't measure this. I would say maybe I use 2 to 3 tablespoons. It's kind of just going by sight. So I'm going to mix it together and then just see if it looks too thick. If it looks too thick, I'll go ahead and add a little bit more. Now that my mixture is all mixed together, I'm just going to grab a plate and put a little bit on here for this little pan over here I have. This is actually for my mom. We drop food off for her sometimes. She just likes to try the different things that I cook, and she can't eat onion powder in food. It gives her like a stomach ache basically, and it's the only thing that she can't tolerate pretty much. So anytime I make something for her, I just make sure to leave it out. And then I just grabbed this round casserole dish. I don't know the measurements, honestly. I'm just gonna go along and see if I need a bigger pan at this point. And since I am going to have my hands on dough, I'm just going to slip my rings off right quick where it doesn't get stuck in the cracks of it. And then I'm going to go ahead and open the crescent rolls. I ended up using this can of the crescent rolls as well as the dough sheet. And I just cut like, I'm not going to lie, I actually just tore sections of it out kind of in the shape of triangles. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. It doesn't matter if you tear it. You're going to basically repair any holes or anything with your hands, so it's fine either way. And then I'm going to go ahead and just run this butter stick along my pans because you don't want the bottoms of the crescent dough to stick, and this also does add a little bit of flavor. And once you have all your pans buttered, you just start scooping. I'm just going to use probably about, I guess this would maybe be like 2 to 3 tablespoons worth. And then if you've ever tucked in like an old-fashioned style cloth diaper, this is very similar to that. You just kind of tuck all the corners in, and then any holes that you have, just seal the seam together with your hands and kind of roll it around in the palm of your hands and just tuck the dough around it. If a little bit leaks out, it's no big deal. It's still going to cook fine and taste fine, but it normally comes out looking something kind of rounded on one side, and then you have like a little bit more of a rugged side. But I just always put the nicer side up, and then I'm going to continue on with these, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I have all of them sealed. So once they are all sealed, they look like this, and I ended up having to grab this other little pan to put them in because I had a little more than I thought. I think I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 3 in this small pan. So 15 total is what I got out of the can of 8 crescent rolls and then the dough sheet. I also preheated my oven to 350 when I first started, and then I put my timer for 15 minutes, but these did actually cook about 20 minutes. And once they look like they are cooked but not quite done, maybe about 5 minutes or so before they would be browned, I'm just going to pull them out of the oven, and then in a separate bowl I'm going to mix my can of cream of chicken, and then fill the can approximately halfway with some milk, and then mix it together well. And once it is mixed evenly, then you're just going to pour this over the chicken bombs or the crescent roll-ups or whatever you want to call them. And I don't really put a lot in the pan. It's more or less just enough that it can absorb it a little bit around it. This is going to kind of cook onto it almost like a gravy. And then once I have poured this over my pan, I'm going to come back with a spoon and make sure that a little bit of it has just kind of touched the top of these, because it doesn't get all over it when you first pour it sometimes. So you don't want it like soaked. You just want to make sure that there's a little bit on top of it, if that makes sense. And once you have them topped well with the soup mixture, you just shake a little bit of black pepper over the top of it. This just helps give the soup a better flavor to it. And then I'm also going to add some parsley. This is optional, but I feel like parsley makes a lot of things just look a lot better, more appetizing, and it does add a slight taste to it as well. And then another optional thing is to add a little bit of shredded cheese on top. This does make it taste better, honestly. If you don't put it on top, you don't have that browned cheese taste. And once you have topped all of your pans, you're just going to put them back in the oven on 350 for about 10 more minutes or so, just until it looks slightly browned and bubbly. So once they have cooked for that duration of time, you can just pull them out once they've reached the doneness that you like. This is about how we like ours. We don't like these too browned, but you can do them darker than that. Just as long as you don't burn them. So like if you use your broiler, you're going to have to stand right beside it, because sometimes the tops do burn very fast because there is a lot of grease and things from the cheese on top.
Why am I looking at you? You're a picture in a frame. I make believe you're next to me, but I know it's not the same. Why am I looking at you? You're a pixel on a screen. Your animating principle is nowhere to be seen.
And these turned out so stinking good. My husband actually ate like 4 of them, and he ate his with buffalo sauce, and I ate mine with a little bit of ranch. So that's going to be all for this vlog. I want to go ahead and say thank you again to Moss Family TV for hosting this open Fall Food Friday collaboration. I have completely enjoyed it. I have connected with, I'm going to say, at least 10 to 20 other ladies that also joined this collaboration. So I have very much benefited from this, as well as made some new friends, and I've had some new recipes that I have seen that I think I'm going to try out. So I feel like this was a great way for everyone to just kind of connect on something. I do like this idea. I'm hoping that next year that I will still be doing the vlog thing and participate again. But yeah, I just wanted to give another shout out again, since this is the final video, and tell them thank you for hosting this, and also the work that she has put into it. I noticed on her vlogs she gives a shout out after the Fall Food Friday. For the next vlog, she does a shout out for anyone that joined the collaboration, and I mean, that's a lot of people for you to have to scroll through and call each name out. Yeah, I'm grateful for this little mini opportunity, and I'm glad that it's kind of inspired me to continue the tradition, I guess. With the rest of the month of October, I will have the same sorts of videos, so I'm glad for that. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope y'all try this recipe out. If you do, let me know in the comments, and let me know if you liked it. This is something that we do eat regularly, so I'm sure in the future you'll probably see me make it again, but it's been a while since I made it, and it just sounded kind of good. So thank you guys for watching, and please stay tuned. I have about 2 or 3 day in the lifestyle vlogs coming up on my channel this week, as well as a decorate with me and a nursery clean out and organize. My daughter's nursery needs a whole organization tornado to hit it. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned. Bye.